Hi there, and welcome to Generic Ghost Game. To play on Generic Ghost Game, you first need to complete the tutorial. Would you like to start the tutorial? Wonderful. Please note that not all features work on Generic Ghost Game on the pre-alpha release. Welcome to Generic Ghost Game's tutorial. My name is Calliope, and I'm going to be guiding you through the game. The objective of the game is to find your ghost in the map, and then you need to collect evidence in order to determine what kind of ghost you have. There are many different types of ghosts that you can find based on the evidence that the ghost gives you. For example, you may have a revenant, you may have a demon, or you may even have a poltergeist. There are so many different types that you might find, and I'm going to show you all the tools that you need in order to find these ghosts. The mechanics of this game are as follows. You use the W key to go forwards. You use the S key to go backwards. You use the A key to go to the left. And you use the D key to go to the right. If you would like to crouch, you can press the C key. And if you would like to grab an item, you can use the G key. Now, let's go over some of the items of the game. You are starting at level 1, so you're going to have some cheaper items. You're just starting out on your ghost hunting journey, so you don't have the best of equipment right now. Firstly, we have our ghost book. And in the ghost book, this is where you'll find all your evidence and all your information regarding different ghost types. You can log the different types of evidence that you find in your ghost book in order to record what kind of ghost type you have. It is important that you put the type of ghost and the evidence in the book before you leave your map so that it is recorded and you get the money that you earned finding the ghost. This book contains all relevant information on your items and on the different ghost types as well, so use it wisely. Now let's talk about your lights. So, when you are starting at level 1, you are given this little light right here. It's a little small, so you're going to have to be very careful that you don't get into any dangerous situations with any of the ghosts. However, this game does have a leveling system, and as you upgrade in level, you are going to be able to upgrade your equipment as well. While you may have this little starter flashlight at level 1, when you reach level 20, you can get this larger flashlight right here. This larger flashlight has a much better light to it, but it's still a little on the dim side. When you reach level 50, you can upgrade to one of these flashlights, which are much brighter and much easier to use. Now, you have some different types of tools in order to collect evidence. The first one is your thermometer. Now, since you are just starting out and you're using secondhand equipment in order to start your ghost hunting journey, this thermometer is a little tricky to use. It might not always start right, and you have to get very close to the ghost in order for it to read. So, to use this, all you have to do is grab it and click so that it turns on. You may have to do this a few times, seeing as it's a little wonky. And your temperature should show up right here. For example, if I were to turn this on, then the temperature shows up right here of the room. When you point this at the ghost, you should be able to get a reading. And if it's under 3 degrees Celsius, then you have a freezing type of ghost. Next, you have an EMF meter, or also known as a K2. This EMF meter has definitely seen better days, so you want to be careful with it. If you drop this meter, it'll sometimes shut off and can't be turned back on. But you do what you can with secondhand equipment. So, in order to use this, you will turn it on, and then when you get close to the ghost, and in the shape that this is in, you're going to have to get pretty close. It'll give you a reading from this dark green color right here to the red, and these are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you'll collect the reading on the ghost. An evidence type with this tool would be EMF 5. If you don't have EMF 5, then you don't have the EMF evidence for that ghost. Lastly, you also have a spirit box. The spirit box is an easy tool to use. All you do is click on it to turn it on, and this is also a little wonky, so you have to be very close to the ghost in order for it to work. And when you turn the spirit box on, you have a set amount of questions that you can ask it. For example, you can ask if the ghost is friendly, you can ask how old it is, you can ask where it's at, and the ghost, if it has a spirit box evidence, will give you a response on the spirit box. This one does not have an antenna, so again, you'll want to get very close to the ghost. If you're more than a few feet away, it's not going to register no matter how many questions you ask. Now let's talk about some defensive measures against the ghost. Firstly, you should have a crucifix. Is this not supposed to have a texture? Not all features will be finalized in the pre-alpha release. So, the crucifix is used to ward off the ghost. You get about 3 meters of sanctuary within the crucifix. However, this will simply disappear when it is fully used. The crucifix does not work the entire time, and you will have to replace it if you want to continue having protection from the crucifix. Not all ghosts respond to the crucifix either. Some of them only have a very small amount of protection, for example, only a 1 meter radius, and some of them really hate the crucifix, so then you have a much larger area of protection, like 6 meters. Use these wisely, because once they're used up, you can't get them back. Another measure of defense against the ghost is a smudge stick and a lighter. Do we not? I guess we don't. Not all features are added in the pre-alpha release. Now, another little bit of evidence you can collect is using salt and a UV light. So you can use salt by placing it around the area that the ghost is in, and you can find footprints in the salt. And when you use the UV light, you can see those footprints show up as a neon green color around where the ghost is walking. Now, to use the UV, not all features are added in the pre-alpha release. So we have the salt and hopefully, eventually, the UV. You also have access to a video camera and a photo camera in order to monitor and take pictures of the ghost or any other sort of abnormalities like the UV footsteps. For fuck's sake. Not all features are added in the pre-alpha release. Okay. You know what? Let's just go ahead and play the game. All right? Would you like to start your own tutorial? Excellent. I'll give you all the tools that you need, and then we'll have you try to identify your own ghost. All right. It looks like we are in the starting position. This is how your screen is going to look from now on. You should probably first pick up the flashlight so you can see a little better. There you go. Is that a little easier? Nope, not really. Well, you can go ahead and store that in your offhand. And then you can see a little better. All right, now we just gotta wait for a ghost. Hey, there's the ghost. All right, so what evidence do you first want to start with? Okay, let's go ahead and start with the thermometer then. All right, so we've grabbed the thermometer, and now we're going to turn it on. Very good, and now let's go ahead and point it at the ghost. Alrighty, what does the monitor on the thermometer say? Oh, looks like we've got a freezing ghost. That's excellent. Why don't you go ahead and put the thermometer down then? All right, it might be a good idea to put that evidence in your journal right now. You might want to put it in your journal right now. Okay, I think you're going to have to drop the flashlight and then open your journal. Okay. Very good. Let's go ahead and open the journal so that you can mark down your evidence. Okay, what's going on with the journal? Are you pressing the key to open it? Okay, I guess there isn't any key to open it. Why don't we go ahead and just put the journal down? Not all features are featured on the pre-alpha release, once again. All right, so we've got our thermometer evidence. Now let's see if there's any EMF. You might also want to pick up the flashlight again. Very good. So let's try to see if there's any EMF evidence. You're going to have to get real close to the ghost. Okay. Anything? Did you even turn it on? Is the EMF on? Is it on? Okay, well, alright, so apparently there's no EMF evidence. We can't really be sure of that, but I don't think you're going to get any closer. Do you know you can move forward, right? With the W key? We already talked about that. Alright, never mind, just put the EMF down. Alright, let's go ahead and try the spirit box. So why don't you go ahead and turn it on? Very good. And why don't we ask a question? Let's see. How about, are you friendly?
E.
What the hell? Okay, let's try something else. Are you old?
E.
Oh my god. Are you young?
E.
Okay. Where are you?
E.
Okay, you know what? We're just going to put the spirit box down. So there's spirit box evidence and also freezing. We don't have any other evidence tools in order to determine what kind of ghost this is. So why don't we go ahead and just put what we have in the book and we'll guess on the ghost type. All right, let's go ahead and open the book. Oh, right. Book doesn't open. Okay, why don't we go ahead and just see if any of the ghost types stick. Oh, there we go. Okay, so is this ghost type a revenant? No. Is it a demon? No. Is it a poltergeist? No. Are there any other options besides this? No. These are all wrong anyway. Okay, never mind, I guess. Why don't we go ahead and put the book away? Alright, so now we've gotten all of our evidence and we've put everything in the book as best as we can. I think that you have completed the tutorial. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the main menu screen then. Welcome back, Ghost Hunter. Would you like to start playing the game? Oops, looks like you didn't complete the tutorial. You're going to have to complete the tutorial if you want to start the game. Oops, looks like you didn't complete the tutorial. You're going to have to complete the tutorial if you want to start the game. Oops, there are no other options on this main menu screen. Not all features have been added in the pre-alpha release. Would you like to quit the game? Okay, we'll see you later.